Many people over the age of 60 have spent years avoiding lard because of fears about cholesterol, heart disease, or weight gain. But what very few people were ever told is that some modern processed fats may actually be causing more harm than the traditional fats our families used for generations. Today, I want to help you understand what really happens inside your body when you consume lard, when it may be a better option for cooking, and which mistakes you should avoid to protect your health, circulation, and energy as you get older. For a long time, lard was labeled as one of the worst fats for the human body. Millions of people stopped using it out of fear, convinced that it was dangerous for the heart. However, over the years, newer research began to take a closer look at what this traditional fat actually does inside the body, and many experts started to recognize that the story may not have been as simple as people were led to believe. I'm Dr. Gabriel Mena, and I want you to stay with me until the end because this topic could completely change the way you look at some traditional foods that have been part of our kitchens for decades. And if you enjoy learning about health, nutrition, and simple habits that may help you feel better every day, take a moment to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Here we share practical, easy-to-understand information designed to help you take better care of your body with smarter daily decisions. For many decades, lard was one of the most commonly used cooking fats in different parts of the world. Before refined oils and highly processed food products became widespread, people cooked with natural fats obtained directly from animals or minimally processed foods. In many households, it was completely normal to prepare bread, fried foods, stews, and countless traditional recipes using lard because it was affordable, versatile, and gave food a texture and flavor that people truly appreciated. Your parents or grandparents may have grown up eating it almost every day. And something very interesting is that, during those years, many people lived more active lifestyles and consumed far fewer ultra-processed foods than what has become common today. Lard comes from the natural fat of the pig, especially the fat found under the skin and around certain cuts of meat. When this fat is slowly heated and properly filtered, it turns into a smooth, creamy cooking fat that can be used in many different recipes. Besides adding flavor, lard has cooking properties that many chefs and home cooks value because it can tolerate high temperatures without breaking down as quickly as some refined oils. And this detail matters more than most people realize, especially when talking about inflammation, circulation, and cardiovascular health. I remember a 67-year-old patient who came to see me very worried because he had completely eliminated all animal fats from his diet out of fear of cholesterol. Yet at the same time, he was consuming large amounts of ultra-processed products and refined oils because he believed they were healthier. Once we carefully reviewed his overall eating habits, he realized that the real issue was not necessarily one traditional food, but rather the constant consumption of industrial foods, reheated fried products, and highly processed ingredients. And this is where a very important part of the story begins. Lard did not suddenly gain a bad reputation overnight by accident. Over time, new processed vegetable fats began appearing on the market and were aggressively promoted as modern, healthy alternatives. Large companies invested enormous amounts of money into advertising campaigns designed to convince families to abandon traditional fats and replace them with industrial products. At that time, advertising had tremendous power over public opinion. Little by little, people began to believe that natural fats were dangerous and that processed products represented the future of healthy eating. That is how hydrogenated fats and margarine became popular. They were presented as practical, affordable, and supposedly better for heart health. What many people did not know was that these products went through complex industrial processes that completely altered the natural structure of the fats. Years later, scientific research began seriously questioning these products. Over time, researchers discovered that trans fats and certain heavily processed oils could be associated with inflammation, cardiovascular problems, and metabolic issues when consumed regularly in large amounts. Today we understand that not all fats behave the same way inside the body. The problem is not simply whether a fat comes from an animal or a plant. The level of processing, cooking temperatures, and frequency of consumption also play a major role. For example, some refined fats can oxidize very easily when reheated repeatedly or used constantly for frying. That oxidation may produce compounds that can affect the arteries, increase inflammation, and gradually disrupt the body's balance over time. Traditional lard, on the other hand, when sourced from good quality products and consumed in moderation as part of a balanced diet, has certain characteristics that are once again attracting attention from researchers and nutrition experts. One reason is that it contains a combination of saturated fats and monounsaturated fats. Monounsaturated fats are also found in foods like olive oil and have been widely studied for their connection to cardiovascular health when included in a balanced eating pattern. Lard also contains vitamin D, a nutrient that many older adults tend to be low in, especially those who spend little time outdoors in sunlight. Although it should never be viewed as a miracle food or medical treatment, it is still an interesting part of its nutritional profile. Now, this does not mean you should consume large amounts of lard or assume that every type of lard is automatically healthy. Quality matters enormously. The way you cook matters. The foods you combine it with matter. And your daily habits matter as well. Because in the end, health is never determined by a single ingredient. It depends on the overall pattern of choices you make every single day. Most people feel nervous whenever they hear the word fat. And after the age of 60, that fear often becomes even stronger because concerns about cholesterol, arteries, heart disease, and diabetes become more common. But one thing I want you to understand today is that not all fats affect the body in the same way. Some fats break down quickly during cooking and may create harmful compounds, while others remain much more stable and may be gentler on the body. And that is exactly why lard has returned to the conversation. Today, many nutrition experts are once again taking a closer look at traditional fats and comparing them with ultra-processed products that were marketed for decades as healthier options. The results have surprised many people. When you cook with industrial margarines or highly refined oils exposed to very high temperatures, some of those fats can chemically change very easily. This process may encourage the formation of oxidative compounds that the body does not handle well, especially after years of regular consumption. Lard, however, has one very important characteristic. It tends to remain more stable under high heat. And that may make a significant difference when discussing inflammation and cellular aging. I'm Dr. Gabriel Mena, and let me explain this in a very simple way. Imagine certain fats beginning to break down when overheated, releasing substances that behave like aggressive waste products inside the body. Over time, these compounds may contribute to chronic inflammation, cellular wear and tear, and tissue damage. One of the most studied issues today is oxidative stress caused by free radicals. These unstable molecules are linked to premature aging and gradual damage throughout the body. And while many factors contribute to this process, nutrition plays an important role. That is why we now understand that the real risk is not only about how much fat you consume, but also about the quality of the fat and how it was processed before reaching your kitchen. Modern studies have also raised concerns about trans fats found in industrial products because they may contribute to inflammation, negatively affect cardiovascular health, and disrupt metabolic balance when they become a regular part of the diet. Traditional lard, on the other hand, being a less processed fat, tends to maintain a more stable structure during cooking. That is one reason many people are beginning to reconsider it as a more natural alternative to certain refined products. I remember a 71-year-old patient who told me something very interesting. She completely removed traditional fats from her diet because she believed she was protecting her heart. But for years she replaced them with light products, industrial margarines, and ultra-processed foods that she assumed were healthier. Surprisingly, she still felt exhausted, bloated, and low on energy. Once we improved the overall quality of her diet and reduced processed foods, she began feeling much more stable throughout the day. And this brings us to another important subject that people rarely discuss: energy. Many older adults experience constant fatigue, especially after meals. In many cases, this is linked to diets dominated by sugar and refined carbohydrates. White bread, sweets, sugary drinks, and processed flour products can cause sharp spikes in blood sugar followed by sudden crashes shortly afterward. The body needs stable fuel to function properly. And both protein and healthy fats help provide longer-lasting and more consistent energy. When you consume excessive amounts of refined carbohydrates, blood sugar rises rapidly and then falls just as quickly. That may leave you feeling tired, sleepy, weak, or hungry again soon after eating. Natural fats, however, help slow digestion and create a steadier release of energy. That is why many people feel fuller and less anxious when they improve the balance of their meals. And let me clarify something very important. This does not mean you should eliminate carbohydrates or consume unlimited amounts of fat. Balance remains the key. But it is absolutely worth paying attention to the quality of the foods you choose every day. Another interesting point is that lard may help slow the rise of blood sugar after meals because fats naturally delay gastric emptying. This may contribute to more stable energy and a greater sense of fullness. Many people also assume that butter is automatically superior to every other animal fat. However, when looking at nutritional composition, lard contains an interesting amount of monounsaturated fats, similar to those found in olive oil. And when cooking, fat stability matters tremendously. Once again, lard stands out because it tolerates high heat without burning as quickly as some refined oils. Another detail people often overlook is flavor. You may have noticed that foods prepared with heavily processed fats sometimes taste artificial or unpleasant. That happens because many industrial products go through numerous chemical processes before reaching consumers. Traditional lard, on the other hand, tends to preserve a more natural flavor and gives many homemade recipes a rich texture that people have appreciated for generations. Besides its natural fats, lard also contains small amounts of important nutrients such as vitamin D and certain B vitamins that support many functions throughout the body. Of course, I want to emphasize something very important once again. No single food will magically heal your body or automatically destroy your health. Everything depends on quantity, frequency, and the overall context of your diet and lifestyle. What truly matters is moving away from fear-based nutrition and learning how the body actually works so you can make more balanced and informed decisions. Now, if you decide to include lard in your diet, there is one very important thing you need to know in order to avoid a mistake many people make. Not all lard is the same. Some versions are more natural, while others are highly processed. And that difference can completely change the quality of the product you bring into your kitchen. The best option is usually fresh refrigerated lard made through a simpler and less industrial process. It is generally produced by slowly heating natural pork fat to separate its components and then storing it cold. Its texture is typically smooth, creamy, and much closer to the traditional cooking fat our grandparents used. Some long-lasting industrial versions, however, go through additional processing methods designed to increase shelf life. The problem is that these processes may alter the fat and create transformed fats that are less desirable for health when consumed frequently. That is why, if you want a more natural cooking option, it is important to read labels carefully and choose minimally processed products whenever possible. And I want to share something that happened to a 74-year-old patient of mine. He believed all fats were basically the same, so he filled his kitchen with industrial products simply because they lasted longer and seemed more convenient. Without realizing it, his diet became overloaded with ultra-processed foods. Once we simplified his eating habits and returned to more natural ingredients, he noticed major improvements in digestion and less heaviness after meals. Another fascinating aspect of lard is how versatile it can be in cooking. Many people use it for frying because it remains relatively stable under high temperatures. This allows meats, potatoes, and vegetables to cook without the fat breaking down too quickly. And when fats repeatedly burn, they may produce compounds that are less favorable for health. Some people also use small amounts of lard in traditional recipes because it adds texture and a richer flavor. In many types of dough and baked recipes, lard has been used for generations to create softer and crispier textures. It has also long been used in certain traditional sausages and cured meats because of its culinary properties. But once again, I want to stress something extremely important. Natural does not mean unlimited. Even though lard has some interesting qualities, it is still a fat and should be consumed in moderation, especially if you have specific medical conditions or already consume excessive calories. You should also be careful with cooking temperatures. Although lard is relatively heat-stable, no fat should be overheated to the point of burning or excessive smoking. Once any fat reaches extremely high temperatures, it begins to deteriorate and lose part of its nutritional value. Another practical detail many people do not know is proper storage. Lard can spoil if exposed to heat for long periods or stored improperly. That is why refrigeration and clean utensils are important to prevent contamination or rancidity. And of course, we cannot ignore the fact that lard has a distinctive flavor. Some people truly enjoy that traditional taste, while others prefer using it only in certain recipes. The key is finding balance and paying attention to how your body responds. Today, the conversation around lard is very different from what it was decades ago. Nutrition science has evolved, and we now understand much better that overall eating patterns matter far more than demonizing one single ingredient. A person may completely avoid lard while still consuming excessive sugar, ultra-processed foods, industrial fried products, and refined carbohydrates that can seriously damage metabolic health over time. That is why, instead of living in fear of one specific food, what truly matters is building balanced habits, prioritizing less processed foods, and learning to make smarter choices every day. And if this video helped you see this topic from a different perspective, I'd love for you to leave a comment sharing what you thought about lard before hearing this information. Sometimes sharing experiences helps other people who are also trying to improve their health. And if you know someone who still has doubts about which fats are best for cooking, share this video with them. Sometimes a simple piece of information can completely change a person's habits for years to come. And of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications because every single day we share new videos about health, nutrition, wellness, and practical habits designed to help you live with more energy and take better care of your body. Before I say goodbye, I want to invite you to do something very special. Take a moment to thank God for life, for each new day, and for the opportunity to learn things that may help you care for your health and the people you love. Sometimes we underestimate the power of knowledge until we realize that small daily changes can completely transform our quality of life. I'm Dr. Gabriel Mena, and on this channel we are truly happy to accompany you with simple, practical, and heartfelt information designed to help you improve your habits and protect your well-being. Thank you for being here, for dedicating these moments to your health, and for allowing us to be part of your day. Tomorrow we will have another new video specially created for you, and we hope to see you again as we continue learning together how to feel better and live with more vitality.